Everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. Hope you're all doing okay. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Today it is week 43 of the Margarete Miller 52-week collage challenge, volume 2 for 2022. So today it's hashtag 2022 planner 43. And let's have a look at what we have to find for today. So we have 5 prompts and a bonus. So we have something from a calendar, a border or a frame, brown paper or a paper bag piece, symbol of heraldry, a place, bonus is handwriting. So I've managed to find all of those. So this is what I've found. I have found some handwriting. This is a digital page here of some French lovely script joined up handwriting, which is very nice. I've got a little frame here which I rather like. I've got some brown paper here. Yeah, that was, somebody sent me a sample stuck to it, but we can use some of this. We can even use that side with the handwriting on it, doesn't matter. Symbol of heraldry, well, this is the other half of the page that came out of my old dictionary. These are all heraldic, well, they're symbols the different families would have used. Each sort of family, landed gentry or family or whatever you like to call it, in going back to sort of well, back hundreds of years really, would have had a family crest. So it would have been combined of all different heraldic symbols. So that's what we've got here. So I'm going to use that. A place. I found this lovely image of the Grand Canal in Venice. We've been lucky to have gone to Venice a couple of times over the years. The first time was magical, and that was many, many years ago. The second time, which was in more recent years, wasn't quite so nice. It seemed a lot more run down, and there were lots of people, we call them, if you go abroad to, say, Spain or places like that, you get, when you're on the beach, you get these Moroccans that come along, and we call them looky men, because they come along with a tray of goods and they say looky, and they want you to look and hopefully buy something. And they're usually imitations of label goods. And in Venice, in St. Mark's Square, were loads of these type of people, and there were never any before, and we were there many years ago, and they just were real pests. They had, some of them had roses that they wanted you, and they would hold one out to you, and if you took it, they would then hold their hand out for money and things like that. And then some were selling bird food to attract all the pigeons. And the local Venetian people used to have little market stalls, booths, you know, like little carts really, selling things like that. And there didn't seem to be that many of them. They seemed to have been pushed out. I didn't like it. I don't like that type of touting for business. You know, I remember when I went to Egypt with some friends, and we were warned not to, by our guide, not to look at any of the similar people that lined the route into the Valley of the Kings. And apparently one poor lady who was on a coach trip, and they were all American people, she made the mistake of looking at some pashminas, and she wasn't going to buy one. She's just curious, you know, like you do, you like to browse. Well, she was hounded by them and chased. Literally, she ran for her life back to the coach, and they all ran after her. I mean, that is really bad. I just don't like that sort of thing. So when we last went to Venice, sadly, it was a bit like that in and around St. Mark's Square, which is the main area. Venice is beautiful. The buildings are beautiful. The river is beautiful. Full of history. So it's very lovely. So that's what I'm going to use. I think that's it. So, oh, something from a calendar. The only thing I have is an old 2021 calendar from last year that my daughter gave me because she thought I might be able to use it for crafting. So I've got October and November, which is on the back cover, excuse me for yawning, back cover of the calendar, showing you little pieces of what the main pages look like. So I'm just going to use the October and November as it's that time of year. Right, let's get going. I'll just roll my sleeves up. I've got my fleece on because the afternoons at the moment over in the UK are getting a bit chilly, but luckily we haven't had to put our heating on yet, so that's good. Right, sorry, I'm yawning like terribly, and I wasn't before I put this video on. I don't know why. It's dreadful. Maybe it's nerves, I don't know. Anyway, I'm continuing to use this spiral bound scrapbook. It is craft coloured, which is lovely. As you can see, we've, you know, done lots and lots in it. And that was last week 42. So I'm going to fold that over so that I can use this page without hopefully having to see the other side. So I'll start off by, I'm going to use the handwriting, and I'm going to take my ruler. I'm just going to tear down the sides to tear the border off, and I'm just going to use half of this and just take those edges off, and I will just go around it in Vintage Photo, stressing, because it's a digital, it will have the white, well, it was printed on cream coloured paper anyway, copy paper, but it will have that sort of edge, and this just enhances that old look about it, you know. So that's going to go down first, I think. So that's a little bit tall, so we need to take off a piece more at the bottom, maybe, like so, which we will keep. And then I'll just have to redo that end, like so. Okay, that's perfect. So I'm just going to pop that down with my glue stick. And oh, the saga of the art glitter glue. Anyone watched a previous video knows that I've had, this was the third attempt recently to buy some art glitter glue. 2 failed attempts prior to that, one on Amazon, one on eBay. Amazon one didn't work out, and the eBay one never sent it, and I had to have I didn't get a refund from the Amazon one because they claimed that they never received it back. It came out to me in the padded envelope, just in a padded envelope, just the bottle on its own, not with any packaging other than that envelope, and it had all leaked out into the envelope. So I sent it all back using their returns label. Unfortunately, I mislaid the receipt from the post office, and as a result, they claimed they never had it back, so I lost money on that. My husband just said, don't stress over it, just leave it. You know, it's, I think it was £9, which I think is a lot of money to waste. But anyway, I did as he suggested, and so I've got to put this brown paper on. And I'm just going to tear some of that off. I quite fancy having that as a panel. Yeah, so that was that one. The eBay one, it just never ever came. So I then they said they had problems. They just refunded me. So that was that one. And then third one, I went back on Amazon and I thought, well, it's kind of, it's not one that we have available usually in the UK. So I thought, well, okay, what I'll do is I'll get it from overseas. And so I bought a large bottle. It was free postage and it was £18. And I thought it was a bit reasonable, actually. But I didn't question it because it's from Supermart US. And I thought, oh, it's got to be a very good place, you know. And I thought, well, you know, maybe they keep their costs down by sending over lots of orders at once. Anyway, when it turned up, it was not art glitter glue. It was something totally different. And they said they'll refund me the money. They haven't asked for this other bottle back of this other stuff, which is like, oh, I don't know whether it's nail glue or what it is. Anyway, and I just said to them, I'm not paying to return this. It's not my fault. You've sent the wrong thing. And I had to obviously email them. I had to email them the barcode off the bottle. You know, anyone would think you were trying to pull a fast one. And anyway, I sent all that off to them, photographed it all and everything in the bottle, and she said immediately, we'll refund you, which was great. And I thought, well, this is good, you know, at least they're being honest. And they said, I just don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with your order, but because of the customs laws, if you want it, you'll have to reorder it. We can't send you another one out to replace it, even if you want one. So they said, we will refund you the money. So anyway, I've been checking my Amazon account to see if this refund had come through, because it hadn't come through on PayPal. And I was a bit like, you know, you get a bit concerned that you're not going to get the money. And they only refunded me £14, which they said was the total plus taxes. So I've written back with a proof of my order and said, no, I paid 18 and you shouldn't be deducting anything. You've given me a breakdown of my refund. It doesn't include any deductions or anything like that. But this is not what it cost originally. And I said, here's my order. You can see what you charged and what I've paid. I'm just waiting for a response. So that was that. So no art glitter glue for me. None whatsoever at the moment. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just give up and not bother having any of it. I think I'm going to pop those down there. See if they'll stick with this Scotch glue. I might just decide that I'm going to try out, or perhaps buy some more Beacon 3-in-1, because that I can get quite easily and I've never had a problem, and also it works so effective. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So now the frame, I thought this could be over here kind of thing, and so I'm just looking to see what would go in it. And I think out of all of these, this middle panel here of 2 would go very nicely. So I'm going to just get my pencil and kind of, I'm just going to draw inside rather than outside, and I'll just cut that a bit wider than it should be. Just don't want to ruin the other ones, because I can perhaps use those for something else maybe. So just take a bit extra off, although that's going to be a bit difficult there. Just to go under this frame. And let's see if we have that, maybe something like that. So that's the frame, and I'm framing that piece. So I quite like that there. So I'm going to pop that down. I think the frames are primarily card maker frames. And I've got the pack here actually. They came in a pack. Papercraft. They are papercraft frames, and you get them in navy and this purpley colour, and also black, which I've put aside for my witchy themed journal that I'm making. But there's a black insert bit there. Yes, so they're papercraft, and they're just pre-cut frames and panels for card making and scrapbooking. So they're very handy actually. So I think this may need a bit of, let's see if I can get this to work today, this collage tacky glue. Now I don't mind this either, this glue, but it's not my favourite. It's better than the other collage I had. This is the tackier one. I suppose if I could put a different tip on it, maybe it would work. We just get a scrap bit of paper here. Zero, dear. I thought I was using it just about an hour ago, and I closed it up, and just going to pop a pin down there and see. It seems to be blocked. Right, well, we're not wasting time messing about with that. So that's all I've got left of my art glitter. It's such a shame because the one I ordered that obviously I'm getting a refund on was the really big kind of bottle, which is like to refill these rather. And so let's use this Beacon 3-in-1 for this frame. And yes, so oh, big goober on that. And I thought that would last me quite a while. Could keep, you know, filling up that small bottle from it. I thought I'll try doing some refilling. So I'm a bit sceptical about that and how much you waste. But it never came. It wasn't meant to be. I'm not meant to have any art glitter glue, I think. So that was that. So I'm just gonna cut my losses and leave it for now. I think. See, you know, there might be a craft shop kind of in the UK, that an online one. There certainly isn't one on the high street that I've found that sells it, that's for sure. So that's quite nice. That's the heraldry symbols inside that frame. So, you know, the heraldry symbols are mainly sort of eagles, griffins, flowers that all symbolise different things, feathers and banners, and that's got arrows, that one, and this one has a tower on it, and I think that's an eagle or something, and a motto usually on the banner. There's all sorts of different heraldic symbols, because these have all got different ones on. So we've got angels on that one, and a crown. The fleur-de-lis, that's another symbol. You've got the lion and the unicorn, that's another one. And then there's the harp there, the 3 lions. This one actually is roses for, I think, roses, thistles, and I'm not sure what those are because they're very faint, but I think that's possibly, thistles are definitely for Scotland, that's possibly Wales, and these could be England, you know, Britain, and there would be something on there for Wales as well. So it's kind of the United Kingdom type thing, although we weren't as united then, so maybe it's just England, Wales and Scotland, I don't know. Anyway, and there's red roses on that one, and then there's the feathers, and then there's often a visor from somebody's armour. There's the griffin, and they're all fancy. They're all very fancy. They're lovely, actually. Right, okay, so I have something from a calendar. So I've got from last year's calendar, October and November page that are on the back page, which just shows you what's inside the calendar. A border or frames. We've got this nice purpley frame here, which I thought matched this colour of this sky. Brown paper or a piece of bag. So this is a piece of brown paper. A symbol of heraldry. There's a few symbols there in those two pictures. The place is Venice, Grand Canal in Venice with the gondolas. And the handwriting is in the background, which is the bonus. So that's that. And then I am going to pop on here a couple of these Tando, don't know whether you, well, they're like thick cardboard, so I'm going to pop on a 4. If I can get those pushed out very carefully, and a 3. Is it week 43, did I say? Where's my... Yes, week 43. Honestly, the weeks are going so quickly. Now, I've just bought my Secret Santa Christmas present. So, our daughters and their partners, me and my husband, we're doing Secret Santas again for the adults. Which is quite good. So our limit is £50. We give a little wish list, which we make available. So we've picked out our person, so we could spend £50 on them, on things that they've asked for, you know. So it worked really well last year, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. So I think I might just go over these in this Distress ink. I'm just going to rub that over there. Oh, that's come out nice. Navy colour. This is chipped sapphire. Happen to have on my desk. Is anyone else like me? When I finish a project, I often have bits from that project still lying around for a few days till I go round tidying up. I'm just going to go over that one again a little bit more. And then I have this major flip out where I think I can't think straight because there's too much clutter everywhere, and I have to have a major tidy up. So I've only tidied up today from my Beauty in Black and White journal. Right, so got those. I'm going to put those on. So put them in the right order. I thought they could look quite nice down there, like so. And so I'm going to use the beacon 3-in-1 because it does keep things glued down very well. And one is going to go there, and the other one underneath. Yeah, so this is the second year I've been doing this Margarete Miller 52-week collage challenge. Not sure if I'll do it for 2023. Not sure yet. I haven't made my mind up. So if anyone's got any other annual things that they do over the years, you know, over the next year, planning, let me know, because I'd like to join in. I always seem to miss the all the different things that people do, you know, the collaborations and things like that. So I'm hoping, you know, to get a bit more time going forward. I've filled in all my retire and return forms. So this week I'm on leave. I'm using up my holiday. That's one of the conditions. And you have to use it up. And my official retirement date will be the 13th of November. And then I have to have 2 weeks of mandatory leave off again. So I've had a week of leave now. Then I have to have 2 weeks off then. On the 14th of November for 2 weeks, which is mandatory between retire and return for our trust where I work, NHS Trust, and then I'm hoping then I'll be able to come back on a 3-day week. Fingers crossed that it works out. I hope so. And then I'm hoping that next year is going to be a better year for me for crafting, and that I'll actually have a bit more time. So I might just try and organise myself into actually doing, you know, proper set weekly videos. I mean, this one I usually put up on a Monday night, but not been well. And the tests I was supposed to have, I was supposed to go to Reading Hospital yesterday, which is about an hour and a half from us, to have some special tests. And they rang me up yesterday morning and said that due to sickness in the department, they had to cancel it. So luckily enough, I was able to get hold of my husband and ask him not to come home at lunchtime to take me, because I wasn't supposed to drive afterwards. So I sort of geared myself up for that, and I thought, yes, it's going to fall in my week of leave, so I won't have to worry about rushing home and, you know, all of that from work early and all of that stuff. So now I'm supposed to take them, go over there again and have the tests on the 16th of November, which, fingers crossed, will be in my 2 mandatory weeks of leave between retire and return. So anyway, I do waffle on, don't I? Goodness me. I can talk for England, you know. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye. So let's recap. So, and just check I'm in frame, and I am. Hashtag 2022 Planner 43. Something from a calendar. So we've got October and November off the back cover. The miniature examples of the pages. Because it's like a planner calendar. A border or a frame. We've got this lovely purpley frame here. Brown paper or a piece of paper bag, which is in the background. A symbol of heraldry. I've got 2 different heraldic, I can't say that word. Anyway, there's lots of symbols of heraldry there. A place, that's Venice, and that's the Grand Canal at night, and it's very beautiful with all the gondolas and all the lights. And then a bonus is handwriting, and I've used that as a background there. And then I've put some, don't know if you call it chipboard. I think some in US and Canada call it chipboard, I'm not sure. But to me it's like very tough cardboard, but it's the number 43 for week 43. I will just do my usual writing, and I'm going to say this is, I'm just going to write it. I have to turn this, and I'm going to write it up here and say hashtag planner 2022 planner 43. And we will be back here again next week for week 44, and the prompts and the bonus for week 44, I tell you what they are now in case you want to join in. So you want to find something that starts with a V, a game piece or a puzzle piece, translucent paper such as tracing paper, vellum or tissue paper, a flag, something that jumps, and the bonus is a repeating pattern. So that's the things for next week. Something that starts with a V, a game piece or puzzle piece, translucent paper such as tracing paper, vellum or tissue paper, a flag, something that jumps, bonus is a repeating pattern. Now you can substitute the bonus for any of the above, one of those above items. And if I've found all 5 and I've got the bonus, I tend to use that somewhere in the collage anyway. I don't think there's a rule to say you can't. So that's next week, which is hashtag 2022 planner 44. So I give you a bit of a close-up of this one. So this is hashtag 2022 planner 43. Quite simple but effective, I think. There you are. Okay, that's me done. And I've been printing, or trying to sort my printer out today for printing off pages for my 3 signature witchy Halloween journal that I'm doing. I hope to do another video of that tomorrow. So on that note, I'll say goodbye. Take care, everyone, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.